I know what you're thinking. This is a weird title. This is kind of out of left field, for my channel at least. But if you know my content, you know that I've got an angle, and you would be right. Let me explain. First off, this video is brought to you by Max Aroma. We talk about them at least once a month, and you already know who they are. And if you don't, then you're about to know. But Max Aroma is one of the best sources for fantastic deals on designer, niche, and anything in between as far as fragrances go. They have awesome pocket perfumes, so you can buy many of the fragrances they carry in smaller sizes. You can get these little faux leather travel decants, which are awesome to sample and travel with and just see if you like a fragrance before committing to the full bottle. They have great sales going on all the time. They have a cool rewards program, lots of good stuff going on with Max Aroma. And all 18 of the fragrances I'm going to talk about in this video can be found at Max Aroma. How convenient. In this video, I'm going to be offering simple solutions to clear intentions. If all you want out of your fragrance wearing is strong performance, I'm talking about all day longevity, unquestionable noticeability, room filling, so to speak. If that is what you want, then I have a really easy solution for you. It just so happens that a lot of Turkish brands make some of the strongest fragrances you can buy. Brands like Unique Luxury, Algabra Parfum, and Nishane are known for their strength. So from Unique Luxury, we have Octanis. This is a extremely powerful aquatic fragrance, a little bit fruity, very, very woody, a little bit sweet, but very aquatic and salty and way too strong, honestly. We have Mangonificent, which is this very ripe, juicy, sweet mango, very fruity, very uplifting, very summery, but very dense. From Algabra Parfum, we have Labyrinth of Spices, which is one of my favorite spicy fragrances. All the spices you can really think of: cinnamon, cardamom, nutmeg. There's a good bit of tobacco in here. Coffee, it is just so succulent, very spicy, very alluring. And we also have Eye of Seven Hills, which is this gorgeous sweet vanilla, maybe a little bit of booziness in there. Smells reminiscent to something like Side Effect from Initio, but way more complex, way more interesting, and honestly way stronger. And then of course Nishane, we have Papilefico. It smells very sophisticated. Fresh spicy cardamom, a little bit of a resinous sweet ambery feel on top of a mossy bed. Almost like a fougere in a way, but a whole lot more going on than that. And then we have B612, which is a little bit more like a fougere, but way stripped down, more simple. Very modern smelling, clean, lavender, has this interesting dry woody sharpness to it, and it is no slouch. It is strong for a fresh scent. Now, if all you want out of your fragrance wearing is the most compliments from the most people possible, then I would set your sights on brands like YSL, Dior, and Prada. These mega brands focus most of their energy on producing fragrances that will smell good to as many people as possible. You can't go wrong with everyday wears like Dior Homme 2020 and Sauvage EDT. Of these two, I definitely prefer Dior Homme 2020. It is a simple but classic blend of elements: citrusy, woody, musky, just smells masculine but versatile and highly, highly likable. Dior Sauvage, you don't need me to explain this. You know what this smells like. YSL EDP and L'Homme. Of these two, I definitely prefer L'Homme. YEDP, I can say yes, it smells very pleasant. I see why people get lots of compliments when they wear this one. It's kind of almost shower gel fresh in a way, apple, woody, sweet, spicy, herbal, all the things. But I prefer this one because it's just a little bit softer, a little bit more sensitive smelling, but still uplifting with ginger and woods and tonka bean. Sweet, but fresh, very handsome smelling. Both of them will be liked by other people. And then we have from the Luna Rosa line, Ocean Eau de Parfum and Carbon. Both of these shine in the compliment department for many people. This is fresh, spicy, and clean, very reminiscent to Dior Sauvage, but a little bit softer, more rounded, more refined. And Ocean EDP is not really all that oceanic, maybe a little bit of a freshness that leans kind of oceanic, but it's mostly sweet, powdery, ambery, and woody, but still a little bit fresh. Both smell great. Now, if all you want out of your fragrance wearing is to be swept away, immersed, or inspired by the unique artistry, complexity, and quality of your fragrances, then I would recommend you get them from brands like Javoy, Amouage, and Black Cliff Parfum. These brands focus on using some of the highest quality ingredients you can source to put into their fragrances and blend them in such a way that paints a picture, commands attention in an artistic way, and comes together in a very complex way that you may have never experienced before. From Javoy, we have Incident Diplomatique and we have L'Art de la Guerre. Incident Diplomatique is a smoky, dry, woody vetiver fragrance with some earthy patchouli, but a little bit of this almost juicy, uplifting quality from mandarin that when blended with the fragrance smells a little bit boozy. It's ashy, it's a little bit edgy, but extremely elegant. L'Art de la Guerre is a very unique, fresher fragrance. It's kind of green and mossy. There is quite a bit of rhubarb in here, which adds this sharp, almost tart, fruity quality to it, but it's pretty heavy on the leather and the oak moss. Undeniably unique and interesting. From Amouage, we have Overtrement and Enclave. Overtrement is one of my favorite edgy, boozy fragrances. You get cognac, which is kind of sweet in its booziness. It's definitely dark smelling, lots of leather and smoke and animalic notes, woody, very, very elegant, classy, night out, confident smelling stuff. Enclave is one of my absolute favorite fragrances from the house of Amouage right now. It is both warm and cool at the same time. Fresh, spicy cardamom and cooling mint mixing with this warm, sticky, sweet, resinous labdanum, maybe a little bit of leather down there, maybe a little bit smoky in a way. A beautiful duality that I think is highly wearable, but will be a little bit edgy to some. From Black Cliff Parfum, we have Hello Darkness and we have Hidden Hills. These are some of the most unique fragrances I have ever tried. Same goes with pretty much all the fragrances that this house creates. Hello Darkness is this smoky tobacco honey fragrance dropped on top of oceanic rock. It smells like the ocean with tobacco and honey. Some other things going on in there, but a very, very unique and immersive blend that smells like nothing else. Hidden Hills is a smoky vanilla woody fragrance with a little bit of a fresh citrusy and green spicy quality to it, but it's also kind of sweet in a very interesting way. The way it comes together, it's hard to really pick apart any particular note. It smells captivating, it smells very lively, but it smells very different. Love this stuff. Okay. I know, this is a little bit silly. I know it's very extreme to say that many of you are looking for only one singular attribute out of your fragrance wearing. Although I have seen some evidence of some exceptions out there, especially when it comes to compliments and or performance. That still is a head scratcher for me. The reason why is, as I've said in several videos in recent past, it is crude at best to treat fragrances as products with features. Traditionally, product features are built-in quantifiable elements that can basically be guaranteed by the manufacturer or your money back. Performance and mass appeal cannot necessarily be guaranteed by anyone. Therefore, it can be futile to purchase fragrances for those purposes. You're much better off buying a fragrance because it meets this criteria. You love the way it smells. Imagine that. You love the way it makes you feel when you wear it, not just smelling it up close or smelling it from a blotter, but smelling it on your person around you as you move through the world. And it serves one or more practical functions in your fragrance wardrobe. But let's take a step further and humor this idea. I think there are many of you out there who watch fragrance reviews on YouTube for one express purpose. You're looking for a unicorn, the unicorn. You're looking for that next perfect fragrance purchase, the fragrance that does it all. What is all? A great blend of quality ingredients, has unquestionable performance on your skin and to your nose, smells pleasant to pretty much anyone, whether it gets compliments or not, including hopefully to you. It stands out in your collection as something unlike your other fragrances, so therefore you're avoiding redundancy with it. And finally, it is highly versatile and easy to wear in just about any situation, so you feel like you're getting your money's worth because you can wear it all the time. So the question remains, does such a fragrance exist? The answer is, of course it does. But here's the irony. Unlike the very limited buckets of attributes that we discussed earlier, the more specific the search criteria becomes, so does the subjectivity of the solution. What does that mean? It means that the perfect fragrance will be different for just about everyone. Imagine that. In fact, it's improbable that even a small group of 5 people, let's say, will experience the same one fragrance and unanimously agree that it checks all 5 boxes that we just previously discussed, which is quality, strength, mass appeal, uniqueness, and versatility. That's going to be rare. So now the question is, how do you find the unicorn for you? Maybe you've already found it. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you're not even looking for it. But the fact is, only you can determine what that fragrance is. And if you do, you must be at peace with the fact that some people will disagree with you. Welcome to life. As I always say, as specificity goes up, so does polarization. Would you like me to share my unicorn fragrances with you? The ones that check all the boxes. Would you? You would. Wow. If you really want to show me that you'd like to see that, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment down below telling me about your experience with unicorn fragrances, whether you have one or not, or just what you think of the idea in general. If this video reaches 1,000 likes, then I'll make a follow-up video sharing with you guys 10 of my fragrance unicorns. Once again, you can find all the fragrances we discussed today at the link down below to Max Aroma, and thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.